What's good in the hood YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you guys another video, and today I'll be bringing you guys a video on Power Morphicon 2018, and specifically on Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, for those of you who don't know, is this brand new tabletop game that will be coming to stores in spring of 2019. It will be a very cool game. You can play with 2 to 5 players, and the first chance that people had to play it was at Power Morphicon this past weekend. I, for one, did get the chance to play it, so I was one of the first people in the world to ever play it, and it was fun. It was a good game. I wish I actually had a lot more time to play it because it's so much fun. There's a lot of strategy to it. There's a lot of really cool things in the game, and it's a really good game. I like it a lot. I wish I really did have more time with it, just because unfortunately for me, I had to go to something, so when I tried to go and actually test out the game, I actually got busy, and then the next day I was busy, and then the next day I still was busy. So it's like, if you really want to commit to it, you have to have like at least an hour time to really focus in and take the time to really learn about how the game works, play it, experience it all, how the villains work, how the monsters work, how everything works. Now, as far as things go, from what I got to experience with it, this game is really fun. It's a game that involves you playing a ranger, so you could play any of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They're also considering getting other seasons. Right now there's also a Kickstarter going online, and I will be providing a link below to their Kickstarter. This Kickstarter is in order for them to reach certain stretch goals, because they've already reached the goal, like the minimum goals, for them to produce the game and make sure everything is actually happening. But these stretch goals are to get additional items that will be released if you purchase the full sales purchase on the Kickstarter, which is committing $240 to buy the game. This Kickstarter, for those who don't know, will end in about 17 days, which today is the 22nd, so that means I believe it's about like the 6th or 7th of September. So if you're interested in getting the full game and not just getting the one that will be in stores, which will only have like the basic assortment of stuff, you may want to commit the $240. For me, I'm not sure really. Again, you have to remember something, 2 to 5 players, so that's, 2 to 5 people. You have to first of all have people that you know that are going to be interested in playing this on a regular basis. The other thing to consider is that this isn't a straightforward game where people can just play it and it's no big deal. And the other thing is that there's a lot to learn from the game. But at the same time, once you learn it, you know what you're doing, you know how to play it, and it can be a really good game to play, even if you're not a Power Rangers fan. What they are releasing with this game are special sets for those that purchase. For those that spend the additional money, you could get the Shattered Grid set, which features Lord Draken, the Black Dragon Zord, Ranger Slayer, the Hyperforce Rangers, as well as a couple additional set backgrounds, locations, translucent dice, all sorts of cool stuff, special Ranger cards, monster cards, new villains. They're going to be having Nasty Knight, Pudgy Pig, Pumpkin Rapper, if we get enough people to provide money to it. They're hoping to do Goldar, Lord Zed for one of the additional packs for White Light, and they're going to have hopefully the Z Putties, the regular Putties, Super Putties, Tangas, hopefully. I believe Tangas are going to be part of one of them. There's a lot of stuff that they're planning, and they want to do more. They want to do a lot more. There's been images showcasing the Time Force Pink Ranger potentially being a figure in the game, and then maybe they'll do more Time Force Rangers, or maybe they'll do other seasons. Maybe they'll do the Ninja Rangers from Power Rangers Season 3. Maybe they'll do Ninjor if it gets popular enough. Maybe they'll introduce a 6 Ranger component somehow. Who knows? We don't know anything for absolute certainty right now, and maybe they'll add additional stuff after the main release has happened. You don't know yet. And again, they're taking more Kickstarter money as we speak. So if you're interested, I would highly recommend getting it. I ended up playing the game myself. I was one of the first people to play, as I said before, so I got to play through a few rounds. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really fun. I was the blue ranger. I was the blue Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, so I got to be Billy, and it was cool because they had like different locations where you got to fight in. Angel Grove Park, the juice bar, the high school, just you know, the like dumpster area, and a few other places that were featured as well, that reference the show. But there are also going to be places that maybe reference Shattered Grid, that maybe reference scenes from other locations from the franchise. You never know. Again, a lot of stuff is being worked on as we speak, and they're also looking for anything that people are interested in that maybe they've heard about. Well, they're interested in hearing from fans online. So if, say, you discuss, oh, I really want to have this really important location from the show in this game, and you get like 50 other people saying, oh yeah, we need this location, maybe it will be featured in the game. Like, I can think of one that would be great. Why not getting the outside of I don't know, the command center, where they fight the putties for the first time, or I don't know, you know, they could go really crazy if they choose other seasons. They could do, I don't know. There's so many different possibilities. I mean, Power Rangers is such a vast franchise, so it's like the potential is so vast that it's like it's hard to say anything for sure. Now, as far as things go otherwise, the figures, the miniature character figures, the Rangers are going to be color coded to the color that they are known for. So the Red Ranger will look like the Red Ranger as far as color goes. So like it will look red, but it won't be detailed. It won't have all the fine details. That is for the custom fans. So those fans that want to take their time and make a custom designed Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, or a Blue Ranger, or a Pink Ranger, or so on and so forth. If you want to do all that stuff, great. But you have to keep in mind, that's why they do it like that. So that way, if you're interested in spending that extra time, you can do that. If you want to make a Lord Draken figure that has Evolution 2, you can do that. If you want to have one for Evolution 3, you could do that. If you want to have it where you turn your figure into another figure, maybe you'll do that. You never know. Again, there's a lot of potential here. They could really go out all sorts of ways. And the putties and those kind of figures, those ones are plastic, like cutout pieces. So that's something to note. But the monsters are colored in a basic color. They're not painted, so that means that you can do whatever you want. If you want to make a really highly detailed Goldar, if you want to make a really highly detailed King Sphinx, if they introduce King Sphinx, I don't think they've done King Sphinx yet. Nasty Knight, Pudgy Pig, Madame Woe, the Wizard of Deception, I know, is one that recently is confirmed to be met their stretch goal for that one. Finster, Rita Repulsa, Lord Zed, you know, any of these characters, who knows what you could do. If you want a really, really well-detailed Black Dragon Zord, maybe you go out of your way to do that. Also, the game has a really cool system for unlocking the Zords. You have to beat a certain number of enemies, and if you beat a number of enemies, you then can unlock a Zord. When you unlock a Zord, every single round when your team has gone through it, once the round's over, you can have that Zord defeat 2 putties or villains that are on the board. Well, it's usually the putties, but that's pretty cool. Say you have 2 Zords, even more potential destruction, and then you keep going. You have level 1, which is just 1 Zord, to level 5, and then if you want to get the Megazord, you have to reach level 6, and the Megazord is its own figure, which is about 6 inches tall, which is very cool, and or I believe it's like something like that. It's something fairly tall. It's not painted, but if you want to paint it, again, you could go out of your way to do that. It has all the correct detailing, it just doesn't have the paint. So it's not like they're missing the details, at least. That's good. So that's very important to note. If you're a Power Rangers fan, if you're someone that's interested in getting this, it's all potentially there. It'd be great to see I know that they're doing the Green with Evil stuff and also the White Light, so I'm imagining they're going to have the Green Ranger figure, they're going to have the White Ranger figure, hopefully, and you can maybe even get the Tiger Zord and the Dragon Zord. Maybe Titanus will show up in some way. You don't know. You never know. Maybe other seasons will get represented. It's still very much so a mystery, but if you're interested in, you know, any of those things, if you're interested in maybe you know, pushing for a certain season to be represented, whether it be through monsters, through rangers, through locations, all you have to do is talk to them on Twitter, on Facebook. I don't know if Instagram, but I think Instagram. You know, just sort of conversation, get people going, get people interested. If there's enough interest, they may push for that season, for that reference, for that location, for that monster to be represented in some way. It's all a matter of what we say and what we want. If there's enough interest, they will do it. They've basically confirmed this. And the studio that makes this game is called Renegade Studios. I don't know if you've known of them before, but they're a pretty special studio, and this game overall is looking like a really fun game. If you're a Power Rangers fan, I highly recommend it. The standard price, if you just want the basic game, is going to cost about $60. So if you don't want to spend all the crazy money that they're going to be charging for the expanded stuff with the additional packs and everything, like the Shattered Grid, White Light, Green with Evil pack, $60. But if you want to get all the additional stuff, if you want to get all the stretch goal stuff that's going to be coming with it, spend the $240. You'll get it all. You'll get anything that's announced in between now and then, and you'll be guaranteed it. That's the thing that I will say right now. There's a guarantee there. But again, it's up to you. I just want to discuss this with everyone so that you guys have an idea of it. I wanted to make this video prior to Power Morphicon, but unfortunately I've been so busy with Power Morphicon, getting ready, doing different things with work, that I just haven't had the chance to make this video in general about the Heroes of the Grid concept, and also just in general about the game. But the fact that now I get to play it, that also gives me more to talk about, and the fact that I'm hearing about the fact that if you guys show interest in things, maybe we can get certain things that we want. Who knows? But yeah, so that's about it for me, guys. I just wanted to go over it a little bit. I'm very interested in this game. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to commit the $240. Maybe I'll go the $60 route, or maybe I'll commit to it. It's a possibility. Again, spring 2019. What I'm expecting to happen is that either it will be something where you'll be on an order list for your comic shop, or it'll be the situation where they send it to you in the mail. I don't know for a fact though, so you know, don't hold me to anything until we have official confirmation on that. And as the game gets closer and closer, maybe I'll do videos on that, just so that people know as to how it's gonna all work out. So please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to know your opinion about this. Are you planning on getting it, or have you already put in money towards the Kickstarter? And what are you planning on getting? Are you planning on going fully in and spending the $240 to $300 price tag? Yes, there is a $300 one. That one is a little bit extra, non-essential. If you do the $240, you're guaranteed all the extra stuff, but the $300 one is just for additional boost. So don't think that you have to commit $300, even though that is an option. And you could go for even less. You can go for less than $240. You can go more than you can go for even more, because there are other amounts that you can get, and you'll get other things if you spend different amounts. So you could spend $120, I think, and that gives you something. $180 gives you something. $240 gives you something, and then $300 gives you the most of everything, but like isn't critical. So keep that in mind. I love to hear your guys' opinions about all this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 71, and goodbye, guys.